Hi everyone. Today we are going to see how to create a simple checklist that has the activity names and is driven by checkboxes and a little bit of conditional formatting to help the checkbox get a little more visual context in terms of which are the activities that are completed and which are not completed. So let's get right to it. Okay, let's start by saying the headings, serial number, activity, and checkbox. And space it a little. Checkbox is fine. Activity is say 1 to 10. I'm going to space it out a little bit so that the checkbox fits in perfectly. You can, yeah, I'm going to name the activity. Perfect. Now comes the important part about adding the checkbox. You have to add the checkbox from the developer tab. If you don't have the developer tab, you can add it in. For example, if I did not have my developer tab as now, I can just right click, customize ribbon, and check in this part. So once I check in the developer, I get the developer tab activated. After that, I go to insert and then checkbox. I added the checkbox in. I'm going to resize it so that the borders, it's very important that the borders are within the cell borders, so that we'll come to that in a bit. Just going to make it to the end so that anywhere in the cell you click, the checkbox is activated. So just to duplicate the checkbox, I find the easiest way is to just press Ctrl D and it just flows through the rest of the checkboxes. Okay, perfect. So now we are ready with the checkboxes. All the checkboxes are independent and working. So we have accomplished creating the headings and duplicating the checkboxes for every item. As I had mentioned initially, we are going to apply conditional formatting to the activity list so that we, once this checkbox is clicked, some sort of an effect we get over here. To accomplish that, we will have to let the conditional formatting know if a cell is populated, and then we can do an if formula. So now we are going to link these checkboxes to a certain cell so that based on that certain cell's value, we can apply the conditional formatting. Let's get right to it. So I right click the checkbox, format control, and then I go to control tab. Then in cell link, I select the cell right beside it. We can do this for every cell individually, or we can even write a VBA script today. Now let's see how to set up the conditional formatting. Now I select the range in which the conditional formatting should apply. Conditional formatting, new rule, use formula to determine cells to format. Over here I say the cell, I'm going to remove the, sorry, I'm going to use E. Okay, I'm going to remove the absolutes so that each cell can look at its offsetting cell. Equal to true. If it is true, I wanted to apply a conditional formatting. Ensure you don't put it in quotes, even though this looks like it, but true and false are certain values that should not be expressed within quotes. It won't work if you do. So I'm going to go and say format and I'm going to say strike through, because if I've checked out, then it's off my list. So I say strike through and I'm going to fill the cell with, say, green color. Okay, this looks good to me. We can say okay. Now let's see how did the conditional formula apply. Looks good. After this, it's all about just purification. Just gonna hide the cell. So I'm just going to try to make this a little beautiful. So I'm going to say this one is this, center it, put borders around this. I'm gonna center this to the height. This as well. And that's it. Either way, thanks for watching.